Yeah, what, anytime?
I just got you.
Sorry?
No, you're good.
Sorry.
Scotty crouching like that.
I know. No picture on the front page. Background. That's my.
Do I have to speak into that? Or just
Yeah,
speak
just
normal?
Don't get too close.
Speak normal.
though, 'cause
Speak normal.
Don't get too close.
It gets very loud.
It gets
Like
it
that?
distorts a bit.
Just
yeah.
speak normally.
Yeah, just speak normally.
I'm going to start with Pete. I'm going to start with Pete. If you want to sit at the front, Pete. And then
Yeah, I'm just here.
Am I far enough away here?
That's fine,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, good.
We're rolling yet? Cameras? All good? Go ahead, Pete.
After watching that, can I just check what the mood is like in the camp after what happened at Lords? Because I'm guessing you feel like you're gaining a bit of momentum.
Yeah, pretty good. I think momentum's probably the right word. Disappointment after the first game. We knew what we needed to address to get the second game right. Obviously, a big performance there, and a great win. And yeah, the boys are. I think after the first game, as long as we weren't, the lows aren't too low, your highs aren't too high, we're pretty relaxed, pretty even. Owen Morgan keeps the side sort of like that. Obviously, it wasn't good enough the first game, but we knew what we needed to do better. It wasn't doom and gloom. It was right. This is what we need to do next game. We went out and did it, and now we've got a little bit of momentum into the third one.
Just wonder what's at stake psychologically now, bearing in mind the Test Series, the World Cup, just to try and win this series. How good would that be?
I think for the sort of test match side of things, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, it's great to get certain people out or get runs against certain people if they're going to play, but I think this more of an impact for the World Cup sort of thing. I think if we can use it as a game where it might be a semi-final or a knockout game or something like that, it's a series decider here tomorrow, which will be like maybe a World Cup match where it's a must-win. So if we can treat it like that and the pressure is on like that, then you know either if it doesn't go your way, what we need to do better quickly, or what we're doing so well that things are going well. And luckily over the past sort of year, we've managed these situations really well, so hopefully we can carry on that trend tomorrow.
5 Yorkshire players in this England side, so playing at Headingley, does that help? Does that give you a little bit of an edge?
Yeah, I think they know the ground well, they know the pitch well, know the dimensions. They'll be supported well, as will the Indian lads also. I think it is a plus that you've got lads from that area. It's always good to be back in the north, I think, particularly with warm, friendly people. So that'll certainly be on our side as well.
Okay. Yeah, John. Let me know.
In Nottingham, you lost by against with 10 overs to spare, and then similarly comprehensive victory for yourselves on Saturday. How do you explain the sort of roller coaster?
I think it's two very good sides, and when they're on top, they really are on top. I think that you sort of keep the foot on the throat sort of thing, and you don't let the opposition up. I think every one of the England team would hold their hands up and say the first game we were absolutely drilled, we were beaten into the dirt, so we knew that we had to improve for the second game. I don't know why the margins are maybe so big. I think like I say, maybe it's just two really good teams, and when they're on top, the quality really comes through. I'd like to think that this one could still be a big margin, but it'll be for us. A close game obviously would be a good indication of, if you're again thinking ahead, a close game and maybe you're on the winning side of a nail biter, again that's a good indication of where your side is. But I think we've shown plenty of character from the first game to the second, showing that the little improvements that were needed. So to show that character through, hopefully it can shine through again tomorrow. I'm happier now, not so much after the first game. Having none for 50 off 6 overs wasn't great, but like I said, little adjustments were needed. Maybe a little bit too much width, maybe a little bit too full or a little bit too short. I just didn't get it right. I'm not sure if the 2-week break that I had really helped me. I think it sort of maybe messed my rhythm up a little bit, whereas I actually felt in good rhythm prior to that. Played for a long time and had sort of method going. I think the break maybe just messed my rhythm up a little bit, and I didn't bowl as well as I would like. But the Indian players are such good batters, if you're off a tiny bit, the ball goes for 4, and it's like bowling, I guess, at Roy and Best, or like the Australians found out the two hard hitters at the top of the order. It's the same with India, Rohit Sharma and Dhawan. If you're off slightly, the ball goes for four. So you've really got to be on it. And I was more happy with the second game to get that wicket, because they started to go at me again. To get that wicket really sort of started the ball rolling, and then Dave got the wicket the next over. So it certainly helped start things off there. So I was pleased with that.
Melvin Shield.
Didn't look like there was much movement with the new ball in the last one in particular. It looks pretty dry out there today. What do you make of the conditions out there, and how hard is that at the moment for you guys when there's not really much to work with?
I think the grounds have all been a little bit sort of, obviously because the hot weather, a bit drier. The pitch on top every time has looked pretty good. I mean, they look like normal wickets, but then we found at Lords that we went to cutters and slower balls earlier than you probably would if we hadn't had such good weather. It would be more seam up, trying to nip it around. But we've had to bowl, like I say, more variations, because I feel with my sort of skiddy pace, I'm probably a similar height to most of the Indian lads, so what they're used to facing, and with the pace on the ball on sort of slower wickets, it's actually easier for them to play. So we made the decision last game that more cutters and things like that were needed, and that sort of helped with trying to pick up early wickets.
The ball before you got Rohit into Lords, Joe Root had a word with you, was it to suggest a slow ball?
Yeah, he just said don't forget your cutters. So yeah, good advice. That's why he's captain now.
John Van Dijk.
No, you talked about it being a sort of must-win one-off type of game you're treating it as. Does it have a different feel to it in the build to it, as a series decided?
Honestly, no. It feels like another game to play for England, another chance to sort of be a match winner. It doesn't feel like it's a do or die game. I mean, we're trying to treat it like that, but I would say it just feels like another game where it's a big game against a really good team, and we want to try and impress. I wouldn't say it's much different. It's the same stuff, and like a friend of mine used to say, the stumps don't move, so that's sort of the focus.
You feel like you need to win it to prove to yourselves that you can win these one-off championships?
Not really. I think, like I say, that over the last year, we've come out on top in close games. Especially, I remember in Australia there was a few close games at the start of the series over there, which we managed to win and get momentum. I sort of see what you're saying, where because it's 1-1 in a last way, maybe it is a little bit different that way, but it doesn't feel too different to me. We've prepared the same. It'll be the same preparation in the morning before the game, so I'd imagine it's pretty much the same feel. It's just whether or not we can come out on top, but I think we have got to try and treat it like that way for things to come.
It's a big game tomorrow, as you say, sort of do or die. Does that put a little bit of expectation on the sort of big name players to deliver, and I wonder whether you thought Ben was in the position to do that, that we can come back from injury and sort of feeling his way back into things?
I think it's a chance for him to prove how good he is again. I mean, he doesn't need to. Everyone knows how good a player he is, but obviously coming back from a bit of time out, he's probably desperate to do well and be that match winner again. But we've got a lot of. It's not just one lad that can do that. We've got. If you look down the whole lineup, we bat to number 10. So we've got anyone in that batting lineup can change a game for us. David Willey came in the other day when it was a little bit sticky, and Rudy managed to really press on. So I think big games call for big players, and I definitely know that Kohli will be right up for it, and he's the biggest of all. So if they're right up for it, we've got to make sure that we're at the same intensity and same level that they are.
You're right about Ben. Obviously, everyone knows how good he is, but even the best take a bit of time
Of course.
to get back to their kind of peak condition. And how close do you think Ben is to that? He seems to be getting there, but not quite there.
Yeah, of course. I think obviously India are a quality team, so maybe they'll have a game like any bowler will have a game plan for certain batters. They'll have a game plan for him, and it might just take him a little bit of time to work out certain situations. They're trying to stay away from his strengths, but he's got good game management. I would feel Stokesy. I think the other day he scored slowly for him, which is unusual, but at the same time his game management, we lost a few wickets, so he wanted to make sure, and I think if that lad hadn't took a spectacular catch, then maybe he gets 80 in a crack then quickly later on, and then everyone says how much he's matured, he's played the situation well. So I think, like you say, it's like anything, isn't it? You need a bit of time to get your form back and get your rhythm back and anything like that. So I'm sure the more he plays, the better he'll get.
Nick, and then one more, please. What's the mood among the batsmen? Do they feel they're reading Kuldeep a lot better after Saturday?
I think it was definitely a plus point for our players to bat well against him. I know he still got wickets, but we managed to get some runs against him and put him under a little bit of pressure. I think the main thing is that he keeps getting wickets in his first over. So I think that's the key going into this game again, is that if he gets a wicket early doors, his confidence is up again and things like that. So if we can try and nullify that wicket taking option that he's got straight away, then hopefully we can shift the momentum against him to us.
Well done. Thank you.
Chapman.
Thank you.